There, see? Now it's all properly charged up and everything. Also, God, I recorded
About
this back in
time.
the day. Oh yeah, that's right.
It would be kind of a shame if the 3DS would run out of battery and turn itself off mid-recording.
Now then.
No, that'd be tragic.
Where were we?
We were about to go check out the Great Archive, as the previously on section suggested we already did.
Oh, again, as Reed told us, we can actually check the Grand Grimoire.
That was really amazing, overcoming Miss Myster's trials like that. That reminds me, I have a puzzle of my own that feels right at home here in the library.
But we're busy, and
Yeah, later he's like, leave me alone, I'm busy.
A puzzle for true book lovers.
What kind of true book lovers? Because with you, it seems like the book loving is a little too literal.
That is a valid concern.
Yeah, seriously.
Anyway,
Professor, get away, look from the creepy guy.
Books on the shelf are all out of order and correctly arranged. Rearrange the books so that they are correct. On the top screen, find a picture. I was reading that bit, Luke.
Basically,
He calls it his bookworm.
Basically, just arrange it so that they form the proper picture.
Oh my God, there's a picture of me giving the finger.
Professor, just why?
Someone was insulting my mother.
Uh-huh, but I don't recall you being...
I mean, wouldn't you be angry if someone did that with your mom, Luke?
Yes, though I'm not sure I would resort to that.
Is this
Okay.
some kind of setup for your mama
Ta-da!
Okay, Luke, here's the thing. Being a true gentleman gets you so...
Let's see if I've proven myself.
If you say so, Professor.
You should expect no
Although,
less
is
from
that woman in the picture actually your mom?
From years ago.
I'm sorry, this is expecting someone who sailed for Miss Myster's trial. I must polish my own puzzle-solving skills.
Keep at it. We'll get
Uh-huh.
there.
Can we please go read the book now?
Alright, alright.
Oh crap, I forgot. I left my wallet back in the office. Gonna go, but...
This is the special viewing room. I'm sure a gentleman such as yourself will understand. But seeing as this is a special room, not open to the general public, I must insist that you all be on your best behavior. Wow! This room feels so grand and elegant.
It's my first time in here too. I must admit I feel a little nervous. I'm not going to set the book on fire. I'm not going to set the book on fire.
Please don't set
You
the book
do.
on fire.
If you do, I'm demoting you to cameo. Certainly does give some indication of the importance you kept it. Wait a minute. Shit, I can't even do that. That book sent Grand Grimoire. That's a shopping list.
Hint coin.
Sorry, do you mind if I steal your hint, please? From
I wonder,
Thank you.
is it even stealing at this point, Professor?
Yeah, remember, Professor, Slash and Scarfin pretty much told us that hint coins are up for grabs for everybody.
Well, I mean, she left them lying around,
collected them.
so...
Wow, this is incredible. It's crammed with information about magic.
People say it's the magic used by the witches.
Let's see, how to summon the devil.
How to pick up fair maidens.
I think Animal Crossing players would be able to tell you the former of those.
How to get back at your top hat wearing tormentors?
I was looking for a book. I too have had top hat tormentors. May well be true, Luke. A tome as thick as this must surely contain such information.
We could probably learn magic with this. Finding it is a bit daunting, though.
Can't find Avada Kedavra.
Are you sure you don't mean abracadabra? Huh, what's this? Professor, this page is different from the others.
All work and no play makes Takumi a dull boy.
Jesus Christ, the printing process.
You know, it's funny.
It was written in blood.
It's funny you mention the Takumi, given that Fire Emblem Fates was mentioned at the start of this part. This page isn't about magic at all.
Luke, this page. What don't you think?
Oh, you mean like a message? Let's read it, Professor.
Let's read the private message to somebody who's not us.
Yay!
A long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away. No, sorry, wrong one.
The ancient flame has been locked in an infinite vault of books, waiting for the awakening.
And then the happening. And then the ending. And then the
When the sun
quickening.
the sage, swap places to show their true form, the door to the past will open. This predicted southern moon.
Of course.
Say, fellas, did someone mention Door to the Past?
Once a person of perspicacity has fulfilled the challenge, perspire in their armpits,
We need a thesaurus in here.
the door will be open. So basically, I just have to wait for my
Kingdom
armpits to
Hearts?
perspire and then bam.
It
Until
certainly
then,
is
I
a-
will wait for the time of the awakening.
Should we really
Scattered
awaken
dream.
this person?
A scattered dream that's like a far-off memory. A far-off memory that's like a scattered dream.
Seriously, this really would not be out of place in Kingdom Hearts 4.
I want to line the pieces up. Yours and mine.
What is this? This babble? How can this be? Why? Why is this in here? How did something like this get into the Grand Grimoire? It's just not possible. I can't understand it. I refuse!
Of course, Dick Layton came in here secretly and scribbled on the book, just to piss
How
everybody
dare.
off.
No
Do you have
one
any evidence?
entering the special viewing room before you came here.
Do you have any
Unless it-
evidence of that, Mr. Duarte?
And whenever
Hmm.
someone enters this room, I always accompany them in this way.
I will go investigate. Then I'll see you in court, Professor.
So that means the page must have been changed at some point, doesn't it?
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Layton isn't in Layton's mystery journey. He was too busy in litigation with Pedro.
Yes.
Still, though, it seems interesting. It almost seems like somebody changed this page just for us to read. Could that be possible? Perhaps with some kind of device?
You see, it was a last-minute script changed by Takumi.
Unthinkable! There is only one key to this room, and no one can enter without being granted my permission. I assure you, it's true, on my honor as a curator.
You do know
Jovah.
keys can be copied, right?
Hey, Jovah, maybe it's like in Comic Zone and Takumi can just come in with a pencil and a big hand and just rewrite everything.
Now
With
that's
thunder in the
magic.
background.
But then, how can anyone have done this?
Luke, I believe we both know who might be capable of such an act.
You don't
Takumi?
mean
Don Paolo's not in this game.
Granny Rittleton?
You'd think he would actually be disguising as the storyteller.
Jenkins!
Eh?
You mean witches, don't you?
Oh, is that what we're calling them nowadays?
I said who, not what.
Witches?
The witches theme. I love that theme. in this game.
It's
I
hard
know the
not
entire
to.
soundtrack of this game.
I was
but,
about to say, it's hard not to like any music in this game, honestly.
What are you thinking, Professor?
We don't know yet who changed that page, but the more important matter, I'm going to deal with that bloody lawsuit. Forgot the window and now the litigation.
Hey! Eyes on the prize, Professor.
Yeah, one problem at a time.
It's what's written here. The infinite vault of books mentioned here presumably refers to the Great Archive.
Yeah, that's the most likely explanation, yes.
Of course.
Which implies there is a secret of some sort hidden within the library.
Okay, Nathan, whatever you do, don't start banging on the floor, please.
Professor,
That's it.
what about this part? A person of
Pepsi Man.
Yes.
A person of Pepsi.
Perspicacity.
I did read it as Pepsi, like the middle word.
I believe it could be referring to Carmine.
It's actually Latin. My country still uses that word literally.
He came here regularly to investigate.
So it's certainly somewhat likely, which means our next objective
It's to solve the puzzle.
is to find the answer that he was looking for. Well, I mean, that sort of counts too.
Alright, Professor, do we have a car to crash onto a tree?
It's a bit of a spooky message.
We gotta retrace his steps.
Also, tell you, there's one thing the early Zelda games and Metal Gear 1 taught me is that the best way to discover a hidden passage is by banging randomly on the wall until there's a different sound. I mean, come on.
I thought the best way was just to literally bomb every wall until something breaks.
That's Zelda 1, but I don't want to get into a rant about Zelda 1.
But if we can open this door to the past, then we'll surely be one step closer to solving this mystery. You could say it's a link to the past.
Also, I was more referring to Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Just a moment, please. I'm the curator here, and I won't be allowing you to investigate anything without my permission.
Do you wonder why things fall apart in this library?
So, you mean we can't investigate? No, not at all. I'm simply insisting that you allow me to accompany you. There should be no doors in this library that I don't know about. To give her credit, she's not barring us from investigating, she just wants to come along. And to be fair, it's something going on in her own library, I get the concern. If even there's something hidden somewhere, beyond my knowledge, it is my duty as curator to know what it is. Like, you know, I dig Riddell. I dig Riddell, actually. Once you get past her very, very tough exterior, she's actually pretty helpful.
I completely understand, Miss there. We can only benefit from your... I can't finish that sentence. Now then, how about we all make our way back to the entrance? Dick, come on, she's a curator.
To be fair, Professor, she literally knows more about this place than us, so... yeah.
On the other hand, she allows a complete creep to actually handle the books.
Well, to be fair, he's just... let's keep his interest just on the books.
I was hoping.
That message is such a puzzle in itself. Don't you think it'd be difficult?
You may be right. And this library is so large.
Such boundless optimism from you two young guns, eh?
Well, you start reading all these books.
Yes, exactly. It's my job to read a lot of books.
Every single one here?
Finding anything will surely take a good deal out of our time.
Yes. No, I think not. You're both missing something here. We could all split up and take turns reading the books.
Yes. No, I think not.
I believe I may well know what's meant by the words in the message.
Of course you do. Like, should I even be surprised at this point?
Yes, it's in the script, Luke.
Yes, if you'll just remember the wording. And yes, I know it was complicated, but bear with me.
Something about Pokemon Gen 7?
From a time long ago, the ancient flame has been locked in an infinite vault of books, waiting for the awakening. When the sun and moon watching over the sage swap places to show their true form, the door to the past will open. Once a person of but P has fulfilled the challenge.
Somebody was being very verbose when they wrote this.
Richard, I guess.
No, actually,
Was he the one handling the localization of these?
I'm not entirely sure. I'll look it up.
wonder. It's
Keep
weird
going, I'll
because
look it up.
perspicacity isn't even really necessarily intelligent.
Perspicacity.
Sorry, I misspoke there. Regardless, though, it's not even downright knowledge. It's more so to do with stuff like shrewdness of all things.
Both take a look around this room. You'll notice we are surrounded by books. There's probably nowhere else in the library with more books than there are right here.
So I guess to be fair, Layton is quite shrewd and notices stuff a lot, so fair beans.
My job.
There are books extending all the way up. We're completely surrounded by them. Let's hope that they don't come to life and attack us like in the Beauty and the Beast SNES game.
And the key to opening the door is in the sun watching over the sage. Do I have to repeat myself again?
Yeah, I thought so. I'll answer 2 after this.
But what could that mean?
Look for a sun.
There are no windows, so no light can come in from the sun or the moon.
That rules that one out. Yes, they're staring at each other.
They're thinking.
Yes.
Precisely. This means it's not the real sun and moon that are being referred to here. Yes, somehow someone went back in time and put S3DS video games on the shelves.
Oh god.
And they are located when they can watch over the sage. In other words, behind. Perhaps you have already referred to who you're just referring. Right then, let's find the sun and moon watching over the sage and open the door.
It's so nice of you not to point out what it is.
As you can tell, the localization of this game was handled by Nintendo of Europe.
Right, that's why
right,
it
yeah.
came first there.
That's because at the time they were still going with that partnership of Nintendo localizing and publishing the Layton games. It was only with Layton's Mystery Journey and Layton Brothers that that those were not part of that original deal.
Anyway, we found the sun and moon construction, and the sage is,
The curator.
Yep, it was Riddell.
And this sun and moon construction is located right behind her. So this know-it-all is missing something that she sits in front of. So that's what sun and moon watching over the sage is referring to.
It's a good thing that the puzzle was referring to this very obvious object and not actually swapping around books that talk about the sun and the moon.
Oh god, can you imagine? And when the sun and moon swap places, their true form will be shown. Do you know what this means, Professor? And the door to the past will open, so all we need to do is work out what that means.
Some things don't necessarily happen.
But what does it mean by their true form?
You see, it turns out the sun is actually the moon, and the moon is actually the sun.
There's Solgaleo and Lunala.
Well, if we interpret it at face value, I would suggest that we are currently seeing their untruth. Sorry, my hand is glued to my chin. Have a look at this. There seems to be some sort of mechanism in place.
Ah! Professor, if you look closely, there seems to be a puzzle hidden here. Of course there
Yeah,
is!
I was gonna say.
I mean,
Alright.
at this point in this universe, every single lock is considered a
Puzzle
puzzle.
19. The sun and the moon. Swap them over. There.
Pretty much. Basically,
I'm not reading all that. It's simple enough. Just swap them over.
I know that a lot of people tend to hate these specific, not for these games, but in general, even for, entertainment value, these specific type of puzzles, but I cannot help but loving them. I don't know what exactly it is, but I find it particularly charming in all, move one thing from another, in blocks, without, interjecting with each other.
In some
And the
ways,
puzzles
it's
are-
like... It's kind of
Go
like...
on.
Okay, it's a puzzle that has that chess kind of mentality, where you definitely need to think moves ahead, which can make it very intriguing in the long run.
Yeah, this is basically a different take on the kind of things you see with jigsaw puzzles. In the sense that you have two jigsaw puzzles that are already formed, but you have to somehow unmake them and then remake them on opposite sides. So it's an interesting take on the jigsaw puzzle formula. Basically.
Very much so.
And again, like Jovah said, it involves planning moves ahead because it revolves a lot, and I do mean these are the most by far. I guess they're the main reasons because they're the most time-consuming ones if you're not good at them.
Well, that's the thing. Every time I get to see one of them being mentioned in, say, a video game review, like, say, a Silent Hill review, where they may have a puzzle like this, they tend to be labeled as either not the cheapest, but, the easiest or the less thought ones, They're generally scoffed about as in, oh, there's also this one puzzle who's completely brain dead because it's solved in 2 minutes.
Well, Okay, that would apply if it was something like the stupid door puzzle in Phantasmagoria 2, where you already got that hint of Therese saying we're gonna go full circle, and you just pick. Okay, so I'm guessing I have to form a circle. There you go, and even Spudian is like, wow, we just reached a whole new level of complexity in this game's puzzles, and it took me all of 8 seconds. Like, so.
No. I get what you mean. Similar also to what I did mention in the past about the initial quote-unquote puzzle of Bioshock Infinite. But no. I'm referring, again, if you know anything about the older Silent Hill games, is that they actually not only are fond of puzzles, but those mid-games, not the first one, but 2, 3, and 4 at the very least, have a selective puzzle difficulty considered how, difficult some of them can be.
And there we go.
You want to talk about really puzzles that really insult my intelligence? The 13-2 puzzles where you just match colors. That's literally kindergarten shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Pedro. Which one do you hate more? The ones that are easy or the ones that are just cheap difficult in 13-2?
They're both equally terrible, just for different reasons.
That's why I'm wondering which one you hated more. But yeah, I can get hating them equally.
I guess I'll get the devil to come and choose for me. I really...
Like I said, I can get
pick your
hating them
poison.
equally. Anyway, look at that. A secret passage. Ah! Professor! There's a stairway!
Who would have thought there could be anything like this hidden here?
Batman, Zorro, Superman, Wonder Woman...
The curator's having a breakdown in the corner right now.
The curator, you think?
Okay, to be
Interesting.
fair...
She's been bragging about how, I know every nook and cranny.
Basically, one of the Nintendo Europe producers on this localization is called Tanya Rodrigues. So since it's Europe, I'm assuming she's Portuguese, probably not Brazilian. So that's kind of interesting.
Oh,
To a
she's
basement
on
below
Spanish.
the Great Archive?
Am I right in thinking nothing but stairways existed? This I know everything.
That's right, and I never claimed to know everything. And if I, as the curator, knew nothing of
I
it...
know every nook and cranny of this building.
It's hard to believe that a secret such as this could have been hidden here all this time.
Take that copium.
Who could have possibly have left us a message?
They
I
really
mean, we had to operate on the logic of your own
I will-
CD, so the storyteller.
I will find them and kill them!
It might be wise. See your field.
I agree. I'll be back as soon as I have asked the other visitors to leave the building.
Oh, yeah.
What
Please
are
don't
the
look at
visitors?
The
Don't
ones
look at
over
the
there
giant hole.
outside of our perspective.
So please don't look at the giant hole.
It just appeared in the middle of the main room, yeah.
Yeah,
betcha.
we're all gonna go down there now. Okay then, Luke.
Well
Anyway,
then,
you get a new destination, the Great Archive.
down we go.
Go on, let's go into the cellar.
Oh.
Ooh.
This place appears to be some sort of
It's
One or more of the party is a bit young for that.
It's amazing to find a place like this could exist under a library.
I wonder when it dates from. The manual, whatever.
The mural's all in the manual.
It can't be.
Many dots.
Lots of dots.
Oh yeah, we have a look.
Oh my god, there's a hint coin in the fire! You get that one, Professor. Oh, and that
Don't
one
worry,
in the
Luke.
torch.
Don't worry, Luke, I brought my fireproofs.
Good. Also, did you bring your spacesuit? I get the feeling there's going to be a hint coin that we have to go in space to get.
No, I didn't bring it.
Okay, you'll just have to fly when that time comes. This wall painting is a bit scary though, isn't it? A monster attacking a burning town?
Also, she must be a witch.
You think? That woman is the Great Witch.
Lives.
Mister. And then come.
This certainly doesn't bode well. A painting of the Great Witch. Here, under my library.
Do you know anything about the witch in this painting?
We don't like to talk about her.
This is the PTSD room.
This is taboo.
Homura.
It's taboo.
You don't know of the Great Witch? But how can that be possible for a man of your learning? To be so
I'm
dumb
sorry.
underneath?
I am a
Fake professor.
learner. Don't know everything about witches. Well, that's very rude.
He's from out of town.
Never mind. I'm sure you must have your reasons, and you're totally
I'm
not
a
just a
foreigner.
fraud.
She's secretly noting when to report later.
I don't wish to pry.
She really
Liar.
is beaten by skills.
I appreciate that. Would you mind perhaps about this witch?
Ah,
Yeah, if this were anyone else, she would have reported them by now.
the woman in this painting is the Great Witch Bezella. And this painting depicts the infamous legendary fire that she caused. In a manner of speaking, she is the witch in charge of all witches, whose very existence poses the greatest threat known to Labyrinthia.
Walpurgisnacht.
Taxes?
The Great Witch Bezella cannot be considered the same as other witches. She is the root of all Labyrinthia woes. Taxes, politics, you name it.
Great witch Bezella.
See,
Also, not the person who's writing all the fan fictions of this town. He's not to blame at all.
What do you mean by the...
we can
That's the thing,
literally
Shira.
blame everything on her. The reason for all of Labyrinthia's suffering at the hands of witches lies in the very existence of the Great Witch Bezella.
That's an interesting point, Shira. Like, the storyteller is the ultimate fanfic writer. Everything he writes actually becomes canon immediately.
Would you mind explaining?
The Great Witch Bezella is the source of all the other witches. As long as she exists, there will be no end to other witches. While the Great Witch Bezella is with us, the townspeople will forever live in fear under the shadow of witches.
I don't know, everyone was fine until the storyteller came along with his latest piece.
He does it to warn us. So, you mean that if there were no Great Witch, there would be no witches? No Great Witch? Oh, that's easy enough to say. But while all of the knights have been searching for Bezella, nobody has ever been able to find her. There are very few clues, and no one has ever seen her in person. I can't imagine someone just strolling into town and then locating her. Nevertheless, the Great Witch Bezella is undoubtedly present in Labyrinthia.
So you could say among the population there might be an imposter.
Possibly.
How can you be so certain?
Go to the corner.
I can't. The labyrinth is a circle.
Because her deep claw marks can still
Carve
be seen
out a corner
throughout the corner.
and go there.
Or go into a building that has a corner?
Yeah.
Claw marks?
That's just the bye-bye man's dog.
You must have seen them too. The traces of that fire when you entered this library.
Ah, yes. There was a part of this building that had suffered noticeable damage.
Bezella is a feared witch, whereas all other witches do her bidding.
A cow.
Long ago, this town was reduced to ashes as a result of her fiery magic.
And they
And
had
the
no
world
magical girls to
turns to
counter her.
ash.
What a shame.
You know, there's a very... sorry.
Reduced to ashes?
So the knights were useless.
Apparently the knights were formed as a response to this. That must have been, let me see, over 100 years
100.
ago. It was on the evening of the Great Fire Festival. Of course it was on the eve of the Fire Festival. Nothing good ever happens with a Fire Festival.
Just
Everything
as to
changed when the fire witches
Just as
attacked.
to Soliana.
Hey guys, let's celebrate fire. Because fire is so cool.
Oh god,
Also,
seriously.
yeah, fire festival. Yeah, the legendary fire.
The rebuilding of the town was a long and arduous process. And all the while, Bezella must have been watching and laughing from the shadows.
Terrible job on the roof. So
That's awful! Yeah, we don't like to speak of Bezella. Nah. Even now, the legend of long ago continues to cause real suffering amongst the townsfolk. To think that the painting of that fearful witch could be right here in the basement of my beloved library! It makes me want to burn it all down! Oh wait, what is it doing here of all places? There's nothing for it. I'll just have to have this room sealed shut. So if you need to get anything, get it before you're done with this part of the game. And please, let's keep the existence of this room a secret, for the good of the people. As for me, I shall do my best to forget about this hidden room.
Sorry, Riddell, but once an idea gets into your brain, there's no way of truly getting rid of it.
I will just have to replace it with something else. Like that new baker's
That's not how it
cookies.
works.
Well, I'm afraid I'd rather not remain here in a minute longer. It's time I started closing up the library for the day. If you're not out, you'll be sealed in here forever.
repressed memories.
I can't help but feel like we've done something wrong.
Where the hell did Espella go?
She's right here.
Luke, do you recall the words towards the end of that message?
Do you mean, until then I will wait? Yeah, who was it that was waiting for us?
That's right. When we opened this door, or rather, when we were guided towards opening this door, I could sense someone else's will at work.
I will be, quote-unquote, waiting here.
It's almost as if our following Carmine and coming to this library...
Not now, Professor.
Had all been planned out in advance.
You mean they've been planning our every step to this point? Surely you don't mean that we were beckoned here by the Great Witch Bezella?
Bezella.
Oh no.
Oh,
I told you this is the PTSD room.
Huh? Is something the matter?
Maybe it's something to do with the rhyming. I'm not
It's like
sure.
that. It's like that moment from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Bridge. I got it, our son.
You're not fine.
Get off her, please.
Oh, voice acting.
Espella? Yes? What is it? It's just that, well, you've been so quiet. Oh, it's nothing. It's just that this room... It's a little chilly, don't you think?
Despite the flames.
The atmosphere is a bit sinister, not to mention that scary picture. Maybe it's about time we made a move from here?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, let's go. Let's just ignore the sinister rhyming and move on. Those words at the end of the message. I will wait.
Many dots.
What if we weren't meant to be the ones being called here?
Oh?
Imagine the person who wrote in the book actually wrote that many dots everywhere.
So new mystery.
Alright. Oh,
And an updated
well,
mystery. Let us
Anyway, let's read them.
Carmine has been investigating the Great Archive to find one of Labyrinthia's secrets. That secret being the ancient remains found hidden in the room beneath the library.
Who would have thought that the secret Carmine was after was the mural of the Great Witch Bezella under the library?
What a find, eh, Professor? Hidden beneath the Great Archive were ancient remains in which was enshrined an ominous wall painting depicting the town being consumed by fire. When was this painting created and by whom?
Was it by chance that we found this wall painting? Or were we in fact led to it by someone?
I think, though, we probably should not talk about Bezella in front of Espella.
Especially in front of the guards.
To answer your question, that's the thing. The way her name is written, this is clearly not Spanish. I can tell you that.
Okay, right.
Alright
then.
We'll see you in the next part where things hopefully are a bit more cheerful and less sinister.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Ta-ta!
See ya.